Hi, Karen.
Hi, Mullet.
Hi, kids.
Hi, kids.
Hey, Karen, I've got really good news.
Oh, what is it, Mullet?
Do you want to hear my good news?
I would love to.
My good news is... I forgot.
Oh, Mullet.
I
You forgot.
totally forgot.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Well, Mullet, maybe while you're trying to remember your good news, we could hear about the last psalm that we're going to look at in Sunday school today.
Which one is this?
It's Psalm 78.
78.
And it's written by someone called Asaph.
Uh-huh.
And he starts off by saying, I need to open my mouth and tell you, a bit like your good news, Mullet.
Yeah?
He needs to tell us of the great things that God has done. And those things were told to him by his grandparents.
Sounds super important then, Auntie Karen.
He says kids need to hear about it too.
Wow.
Now
What is it?
I'm gonna need your help.
Oh, I'm a good helper. Can you all help too, kids?
As we look at what Asaph says in his psalm,
Yeah?
if you see this sign,
Yep.
I want you to put your thumbs up like this
Thumbs up.
and say, that's good.
That's good.
But
I can do that.
if you see this sign, I want you to put your thumbs
Oh.
down and say,
Thumbs
that's
down.
bad.
That's bad.
If you see this sign, I want you to say, well, put your thumbs down maybe even more and say, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
But when you see this last sign, we all say together,
God is faithful.
Maybe the kids and adults at home can help you, Mullet.
Do you think you can do that, kids? I'm sure you can.
Okay, let's hear Psalm 78.
Fantastic.
We begin in Egypt. God loved his people, the Israelites.
That's good.
But the Israelites were slaves.
Oh, that's bad.
Even the children were slaves.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
he sent Moses.
That's good.
But Pharaoh made them work even harder.
That's bad.
Pharaoh said no, he would not let the people go.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
God sent plagues and Pharaoh finally set them free.
That's good.
But the Egyptian army followed them.
That's bad.
And the Israelites grumbled against God.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
he parted the sea and let them escape.
That's good.
They marched for 3 days without any water.
Oh, that's bad.
The Israelites grumbled against God.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
he gave them water out of a rock.
That's good.
Again, they marched off through the desert, but they had no food.
That's bad.
And again, the Israelites grumbled against God.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
he gave them food from heaven.
That's good.
At Mount Sinai, the people grumbled when Moses went up to talk to God.
That's bad.
They made a pretend God out of gold.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
he did not destroy them.
That's good.
When they arrived at the promised land, the spies came back afraid.
That's bad.
And the Israelites were afraid too.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
eventually God gave them the land, rich with houses and vineyards and fruit trees.
That's good.
The Israelites took the land, but they were disobedient.
That's bad.
They killed God's messengers.
That's even worse.
But
God is faithful.
the people had grumbled, but
God is faithful.
the people had disobeyed God, but
God is faithful.
the people had turned to follow pretend gods, but
God is faithful.
the people had failed to trust God, but
God is faithful.
The people of Israel were unfaithful to God again and again and again, but
God is faithful.
wow!
Wow.
Psalm 78 was all about how God was faithful to his people.
Yeah, that he was faithful even when they stopped trusting him and obeying him.
That's such good news, isn't it? I can see why Asaph wanted to tell everyone about God and what he'd done.
Well, I don't ever want to forget about what God has done, kind of like I forgot about my good news.
Yeah, we don't want to forget good news, do we? But how can we remember?
Yeah, no, Auntie Karen.
Well, maybe we can be like Asaph and tell other people the good news about God, and then we won't forget what he has done and how he's been faithful to us.
So if we talk about it with others, that's how we remember. That's what we do at Sunday school, right?
That's right. We remember all God has done, the wonderful good news that he sent his son Jesus and he's rescued us.
That's the best news ever.
Well, why don't we sing a song about that, Mullet?
Yeah, let's sing. Bye, kids.
Bye.